Good day, everyone. This is Jenny's Fashion Channel. Thanks to all my amazing fans and subscribers. This channel is all about leveling up on your fashion designing skill. And today, I'm going to teach you how to cut a corset with a quinine neckline. So if it is what you are all about, you are definitely at the right place. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now will be a very good time for you to smash on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Sorry, I didn't realize that my camera went off. But see what I did here? I took my shoulder measurement and I divided it by 2, okay? And the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 16 inches. If it is being divided by 2, it would give me 8 inches, okay? I marked it here. Then from this point, I came down by 1 inch for my shoulder sloped, okay? Then for my neck width, I'm using 3 inches. I marked it and connected it to the shoulder sloped. Then I added half an inch, okay, on the shoulder line for joining. Then for the armhole line, I took my bust measurement, divided it by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I marked and connected it straight down. Then from this, my armhole line point, I drew a horizontal line as my chest line. Then I will come down by 10 inches for my bust line. I will mark and draw the line. Then the next thing is to get the under bust line. And for me to get the under bust line, I will come down by 3.5 inches from my bust line. But if you're of a bigger size, you come down by 4 inches. If you're of a smaller size, you come down by 3 inches. I will mark and draw the line. Then I will come down by 16.5 inches for my half cut line. And I will add half an inch for joining allowance. I will mark and draw the lines. Then I will take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. I'm not going to add joining allowance, okay? But if I'm transferring this on the fabric, I will add the joining allowance. I will mark and connect straight down to the joining allowance line like this. Then the next thing is to get the under bust dart. And for me to get the under bust dart, I'm going to take the difference between the bust line and the under bust line. And I have 3.5 inches. So I'm going to divide it by 2. It will give me 1.75 inches. I will divide 1.75 inches by 2 again. It will give me 0.88 inch. So I'm going to take 0.88 inch to the left and 1.75 inches to the right. Then I'm going to come down from my bust point by 1 inch. This is to remove any form of pointiness on the bust area. I will mark and connect to the under bust dart like so. Then I'll connect the under bust dart straight down to the joining allowance line like those. Then the next thing is to get where my yoke will stop. So I'm going to come down by 6.5 inches, okay? You can come down by 7 inches. You can still maintain the chest line. It is not cast in stone. I will mark and draw the line. Then the next thing is to get my armhole curve. So I'm going to get the midpoint of my armhole line, and I have 8 inches. So the midpoint will be 4 inches. I will mark it. And from that point, I will go in by half an inch. I will mark it. Then on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it on the chest line. Then I will connect these 3 points like so to get a perfect armhole curve. Then I will extend this my bust point to the yoke line like so. Then for the over bust dart, I'm going to go in by half an inch and go out by 1 inch. You can go in by 1 inch and go out by 1 inch, okay? But I don't want my cup to be small. That's why I'm going in by half an inch, okay? Then I will mark. Then on this my bust point, I'm going to go up by half an inch. I will mark and connect it to the over bust dart like so. Then for the cut separation, I'm going to go in by half an inch from this point, okay? I will mark it. The neckline of the yoke is just a block curve. There is no sweetheart effect there. So I'm going to connect it back to the over bust dart. Then I will connect the cut separation point straight down to the bust line like this. Then I will connect it to the under bust dart like so. And I will blend this point up to remove that sharp edge. Then the next thing is to get the second cup. So I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. Then I'm going to add half an inch to it because our bust is fuller on the armhole side. I will mark it. Then I will connect it to the underbust dart like this. Then I'm going to get the midpoint of this my armhole line. As you can see, I placed my tape there. Then from that midpoint, I'm going to come down by half an inch. I will mark it. Then I will draw a horizontal line from those points like those. So I'm going to measure the two curves to ensure that they are equal. So after measuring, I found out that the one at the left side is lesser with about half an inch, okay, than the one at the right side. So I'm going to extend the one at the left side with half an inch so that the two curves will be equal. Then I will connect it back like this. Then I will connect this overbust dart to this point like so. Then I will connect this point to the bust point like so to get the second cup. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the horizontal measurement. On the chest line, I'm going to add 2 inches for joining allowance. On the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4 plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it. On the underbust line, I'm going to take my underbust measurement, divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for seam allowance. I will mark it. On the half cut line, I'm going to take my waist measurement, divide by 4. I will replace this dart intake here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it and mark the same thing on the joining allowance line like so. Then I'll connect my markings to serve as a guide for cutting. Then for the Queen Anne neckline effect, I'm going to come out from those points by 2 inches, okay? That depends on how wide you want it, okay? It depends on how you want it. You can come out by 1 inch, you can come out by 3 inches. It purely depends on you. Then I'll connect it to the neckwork like so. So guys, this is it for drafting. Follow me closely. Let's cut. This will be my yoke. So guys, this is it for the front panel. You can see how perfect it came out. We now move over to the back panel. The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Then I will take 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. I will mark it and draw the line. Then the next thing is to get my neck curve. I'm using 3 inches for my neck width and 1.5 inches for my neck depth. Then I will use my curve ruler to connect to get a round curve. Then I will take my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it. And I will come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I will mark it. And I'm going to connect the shoulder slope to the neck width, like so. Then I will come down by 8.1 inches for my armhole line. I will mark it and I will connect like so. I will draw a line across it as my chest line. Then I will add half an inch joining allowance on the shoulder line. I will mark it and connect like so. Then I will get the midpoint of this armhole line. I will mark it. And on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it. And I will connect like so to get my armhole curve. I will come down by 10 inches for my bust line. I will mark it and draw the line. Then I will come down by 16.5 inches for the half cut line. And I'm going to add half an inch for joining allowance. I will draw the lines. On the bust line, I will take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it. And I'll connect it straight down to the joining allowance line like so. Then I will go up by 1 inch from the bust point to extend this line like so. Then on the joining allowance line, I'm going to go in by half an inch and go out by half an inch to form a dart. Then I will connect it like so. Then for the yoke, I will go down by 6.5 inches. I will mark it just the same way we did on the front panel because I want the back yoke and the front yoke to align. Then for the keyhole effect, I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches. I will mark it. On the yoke depth line, I marked my nipple to nipple measurement there. So I'm going to connect these 2 points like so. And thus will be the yoke. Then on the bust line, I will take my bust measurement divide by 4 plus 2 inches for seam allowance. I will mark it. On the half cut line, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4. I will replace this dot here plus 2 inches for joining allowance. I will mark it, and I will mark the same thing on the joining allowance line. Then I will connect the markings. Then on the half cut line, I'm going to go in by half an inch. This is to remove any form of bulginess on the waist area. I will mark it and connect it back like so. Then I will go ahead and take my zipper allowance. On the half cut line, I'm going to start taking the zipper allowance from the half an inch I went in with. And I'm using 1.5 inches for my zipper. You can use 1 inch. It is not cast and stone. Then I will connect the markings like so. So guys, I'll go ahead and cut. So guys, this is it for the back panel. You can do it. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, comment, like and share. See you in my next video. Bye.